The story of Ruth and Naomi is indeed a beautiful example of selfless love and devotion that transcends cultural and familial boundaries. To truly understand the depth of Ruth's commitment, we must consider the context and challenges she faced in making her decision. Ruth's pledge to Naomi in Ruth 1 verses 16 to 17 is a remarkable expression of loyalty and love. In these verses, Ruth says, "Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people and your God my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried." This vow is not merely a statement of companionship. It is a profound commitment to Naomi and her future, despite the immense personal cost Ruth would incur. 1. Sacrificial love beyond family ties *. Ruth's decision to leave her homeland, Moab, was a dramatic act of selflessness. Widowed and without any immediate hope of remarrying, she was choosing to walk into an uncertain future. In her cultural context, this was a risky move. She would leave behind her family, her friends, and her heritage. Even more so, Ruth would be an outsider in Israel, a nation that viewed the Moabites with hostility due to their idolatry and sinful practices. Yet Ruth's love for Naomi was greater than her own safety or comfort. This decision echoes what sacrificial love looks like, choosing the well-being of another over one's own desires. Ruth's love was not just out of duty, it was a heartfelt commitment to stand by Naomi through hardship and to help her find solace. 2. Embracing a new identity *. By saying, "Your people will be my people and your God my God," Ruth was not merely offering support. She was also embracing a new identity, one in which she would leave behind the religious practices and cultural norms of her own people and align herself with the Israelites. She was choosing the God of Israel, Yahweh, over the God of her ancestors, Chemosh. This was no small act, it was a transformation of faith, allegiance, and lifestyle. In doing so, Ruth symbolized a deep spiritual conversion that echoed her selfless love for Naomi. She recognized the power of Naomi's faith and chose to share in that covenant. This act mirrors how true selfless love involves not just physical actions but also a transformation of the heart. 3. The strength and courage of Ruth *. Ruth's courage is evident in her actions. She was stepping into a new and challenging world where she could be rejected for her nationality, her background, and even her faith. Naomi, despite her bitterness from loss, was in no position to offer Ruth much protection or security. Ruth's choice was a bold one, revealing that true love often requires bold steps and a willingness to face the unknown. Her courage in sticking by Naomi's side was an example of how love sometimes involves stepping into uncomfortable situations for the sake of someone else. 4. The power of selfless love in our own lives *. While Ruth's circumstances were extreme, the principles of her selfless love apply to our lives in more relatable ways. We may not be called to travel to a new land or face severe rejection for our faith, but we are often faced with opportunities to demonstrate love in sacrificial ways. Whether it's through offering a listening ear, giving of our time, or providing support in difficult circumstances. On Valentine's Day, we often think of romantic love, but Ruth's story reminds us that love is not just about affection between couples. It's about devotion, commitment, and sacrifice, whether that love is shown in the family, friendships, or even to strangers. Selfless love requires giving without expecting something in return and sometimes making difficult choices for the sake of others. Ruth's love for Naomi is a beautiful reminder that love is not always convenient, but it is always worth it. 5. God's blessing in selfless love *. The story of Ruth is not only about human love but also about God's providence. Ruth's willingness to go with Naomi set in motion a chain of events that would eventually lead to her becoming the great-grandmother of King David and part of the lineage of Jesus Christ. God rewarded Ruth's sacrificial love with blessings beyond her understanding. Through her faithfulness, God used her to further His purposes. This shows that selfless love, while often sacrificial, is never in vain. God honors those who demonstrate true love and loyalty to others. In conclusion, Ruth's commitment to Naomi stands as one of the Bible's most powerful examples of selfless love. She chose to sacrifice her own comfort, security, and identity to care for someone else, demonstrating love at its purest form. While we may not face the same challenges Ruth did, we can still embody her spirit of selfless love in our daily lives. Whether it's through small acts of kindness or large gestures of sacrifice, we are called to love one another as Ruth loved Naomi.